So it definitely helped with my egg count, but did it help with my egg quality? Hi ladies, thank you for stopping by. My name is Helen. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. And if you're not new here, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. The whole point of me having this channel and this community is so that I could share my IVF journey in the hopes of helping you feel a little less alone in your own fertility struggles. And I've been getting really good feedback from everyone, so I really appreciate that. I started this channel when I first started my IVF journey in Korea. I decided to go abroad to get IVF because it's so much more affordable in Korea and just the quality of care is very high there. I have also started helping women travel to Korea in order to get treatments because IVF in the States is just incredibly expensive. And so if you are interested in getting treatments and need some guidance, me and a group of other women who have gone through IVF in Korea, we banded together and we created Bloom Korea, where we help other women like ourselves travel to Korea and find the right doctor and find the right hospital and find the right treatments for them. If you are interested in traveling to Korea for more affordable and higher quality care, then it doesn't have to be IVF, but we are focused on IVF and other fertility treatments. But anything medical, if you're willing to travel to Korea for more affordable care, then I will write the website here so that you can go and check it out and reach out to us. Today, I wanted to talk about something that has been requested quite a few times from you guys, and it's about DHEA. In a nutshell, DHEA is a hormone produced naturally by the adrenal glands, which are located above the kidneys, and it serves as a precursor to sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone. DHEA levels naturally decline with age, and as it declines, your fertility can also decline. A lot of women supplement with DHEA in order to boost their egg quality or egg quantity, which is really helpful when you're getting IVF. There are also women who just have low egg reserve, even if they're not older. And I think that a lot of doctors definitely recommend DHEA as a supplement in order to improve your egg quality as well as your egg count before you proceed with IVF. So I am not a healthcare practitioner, obviously. I have just been on the IVF journey and fertility journey for quite some time. It's been a couple of years since I started IVF, and it's back-to-back IVF. Yeah, I've been through a lot. So I can share my journey and share what helped me and what my experience was, but please do talk to your doctor about what's right for you. What's wrong? It's raining outside. You can't go outside. I'm sorry. I started taking DHEA because I had heard that it is really helpful for women with low AMH. And I have a pretty low AMH. My AMH at 38 years of age was 0.64. And that's when I started thinking, okay, there's got to be something that I can do to supplement my fertility and to help me improve my egg quality. If I don't have a lot of eggs, then all I can do is improve my egg quality for the ones that I do have. So just because you have low AMH doesn't mean that you can't get pregnant. It's definitely not that, because you only ovulate one egg per cycle anyway, right? What you want to do with low AMH if you are trying to conceive naturally is to boost your egg quality. But not only that, I also had IVF on my mind because I've had a lot of friends who have had successful IVF outcomes. So I was preparing myself for possibly getting IVF in the future. So with low AMH, if you take DHEA, then it could potentially increase the number of eggs that you produce in a cycle if you start supplementing DHEA at least 3 months prior to getting IVF. It actually takes 3 months for the eggs to grow and develop and get prepared to be retrieved for an IVF cycle. So I wanted to prepare for all of that. I started taking it. I didn't do too much research. All I knew was that I have low AMH, and women with diminished ovarian reserve usually supplement with DHEA. So I decided, okay, I'll take it. And the standard dosage is 75 milligrams per day. And I did talk to a doctor. I talked to my OBGYN, and she told me to take 75 milligrams per day. She just told me not to take it after I'm pregnant. And so I didn't think much of it. She didn't test me for anything in particular. She just told me that it's fine to take it. Now, I took it. This was when I was 39, and I was still trying to get pregnant naturally. I took DHEA 75 milligrams per day for about a month. And this is also when I started cycle tracking. Before that, we just randomly tried here and there. And I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I just stopped trying not to get pregnant. I wasn't actively trying to get pregnant. I thought that it would happen, but it didn't. So when I started tracking my ovulation, and when I had taken DHEA for about a month, that's when I had a positive pregnancy test. So that was the first time that I was ever pregnant. Unfortunately, I miscarried at 7 weeks, and that was very difficult for my husband and I. We definitely went through so much heartache during that time because it was such a miracle that I had gotten pregnant after all those years, and it was just taken away from us like that. And so it was definitely a very difficult time for us. But anyway, I think DHEA might have helped, I don't know, during that time. But the reason why I stopped taking it is because after I miscarried and then I got back on it, I took it for another month. And that's when I noticed that my cycle just completely got jacked up. My cycles are usually around 26 to 27 days. And it turned out to be 2 weeks after I started taking DHEA. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is not good. And then I started doing more research because my cycle was so off. And that's when I discovered that DHEA is a hormone. It's not just any other supplement that you can just take randomly without consulting with a doctor or testing your DHEA-S levels. And so I read the book, It Starts with the Egg by Rebecca Fett. And I remember reading all these things about testing before and after taking DHEA to make sure that you're not overdosing or underdosing. That's when I first realized that, oh, maybe I shouldn't be just randomly taking this without the care of a doctor. I had my OBGYN, but she's not a fertility doctor. So she wasn't really tracking my hormones along with my supplementation. And so I decided, okay, it sounds dangerous. I'm just gonna stop. And then I think it was about 3 months later, when everything was cleared out of my system, I decided to take a blood test for DHEA-S. When I took this test, my levels were at 300, which is actually quite high for my age. They typically recommend that you try to reach 180 for women around my age, 40 plus. And if it's under 180 is when you want to supplement with DHEA. And so I realized, oh, I don't really need DHEA. And so I stopped altogether. That was a couple of years ago before I started IVF. After about 1.5 years of failed IVF cycles, I started to notice that my follicle count had gone down drastically, and my AMH was coming down drastically too. And so I decided to ask my doctor about DHEA again. My fertility doctor, my IVF doctor this time. And she actually didn't hesitate at all and said, yes, take that. And I was like, don't you need to test me to see if I need to take it or not? Don't you need to test my DHEAS levels? And she said, no, I don't need to test you because you're older. Even if your DHEAS level in a blood test comes out high, it doesn't matter. DHEAS in your reproductive system is not sufficient. And so we're going to supplement, but not for too long, just for about 8 weeks. So I started supplementing with DHEA, 75 milligrams per day. And yeah, I just trusted my doctor and did as she said. I guess all of the things that I learned in the book, It Starts with the Egg, just kind of went out the window for me then and there. Now, I had some major side effects. It didn't do anything to shorten my cycle this time, but it did give me acne. I had lots of acne. It wasn't like noticeable acne. It was just like very tiny little bumps all over my face, here especially, and like on my scalp. I could feel that my scalp had changed drastically. Usually I can wait like 2 to 3 days between washing my hair. But after taking DHEA, I noticed that it would just get greasy really fast, and I would have to wash my hair every single day, sometimes twice a day, and I don't think that was very good for my scalp, now that I think about it. I think other people also experience side effects such as, mood changes, and also hair growth on your face and body. I don't know. I didn't have any of that. Mood changes, I feel like I always have that, so. I ended up taking DHEA for, how long did I take it? About 2 months, maybe a little over 2 months. And the brand that I took was, I'll put it up on the screen. It's, what was it? It's the Navy one. I'm blanking out right now. Life Extensions, yeah. They were having a sale, and so I just bought that one. I don't think it matters that much. I think Life Extensions is a pretty reputable brand. There are other brands out there that are medical grade, so if you're worried about purity and things like that, I do recommend maybe Pure Encapsulations or Thorne or Theralogics. Those are some of the top brands that I like to purchase for my supplements. I will link everything down below if you want to take a look for yourself. Anyway, I took it for about 2 months. My cat is really unhappy right now. He's just meowing like crazy because he has the cone on. One of his anal glands, it popped, and he keeps licking the wound. And so it's not healing. So I had to put him on the cone for already a couple of weeks, and he's so frustrated. And so he's crying and acting out, and poor thing. Okay, so I was on it for a couple of months, and I did get my AMH tested again. It didn't go up, it went down. But the crazy thing was that my antral follicle count actually went up. Usually your AMH, if it's higher, your follicle count is higher too. But for some reason, those two were not in sync. For the first time ever, I was able to see 7 follicles, 8 follicles. It wasn't the first time ever, but it was the first time ever that they were somewhat even sized. And I was able to retrieve 6 eggs. And prior to this, I had only been seeing like 1 or 2 follicles per cycle. And so it was definitely a big jump from before. I do want to preface you by saying that I also got ovarian PRP. I have a video up about that. So if you want to learn more about that, then I'll link it up here. So I don't know if it was a combination of the DHEA and the ovarian PRP that led to my higher follicle count. Could be both, could be neither, I don't know. So it definitely helped with my egg count, but did it help with my egg quality? I'm not sure yet because I'm only making up to day 3s and freezing them at day 3 because I'm older. It's more difficult for me now to create day 5 blastocysts than before. And so the strategy that my doctor and I have is just to freeze them at day 3, because day 3 embryos tend to survive better inside your uterus rather than growing in a petri dish. That's what we're doing. If I want to do PGTA, then the embryos need to be day 5 or day 6, but they're not day 5 or day 6. So I just have to kind of wing it and hopefully everything will work out. I feel like it's about time that I got my euploid. I've had a lot of embryos made over the last couple of years, so I think it's about time that I have my euploid. Anyway, I don't know if they're abnormal or normal. They're not PGTA tested because they're only day 3s, but I can say that prior to taking DHEA, for a few months leading up to it, I wasn't having much luck with the embryo quality at all, like the development of the embryos itself. The embryos would either arrest at day 2 or not fertilize at all, or it would be a day 3 embryo and we would freeze it, but the quality would not be that great. And this time, I can say that even though we froze at day 3, they were well on their way to becoming day 4 and 5. And so we just made the conscious decision to just freeze them at day 3 so that we can have all day 3s so that they can grow in utero before implantation. So would I say that my egg quality was improved? I think so, definitely. I'm still struggling with some of the side effects, and I stopped taking DHEA now for a few months. I do still feel like my scalp, like the skin has just changed. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels greasier than before, TMI, but I've had to get shampoo, like new shampoo that's for sensitive scalp. And I've had to deal with dandruff issues, which I've never had before. And so this was definitely a struggle for me and still continues to be. But would I say it's worth it? I think so, because it got me that last round, which produced 6 eggs. We went from 1 to 6 eggs, so that's huge. And we had 2 day 3 embryos out of it. So I would say that it worked for me. So if you have low AMH or diminished ovarian reserve, I think maybe you can talk about this to your doctor, ask if your doctor recommends it for you. I don't think that it's for everybody. I think in a lot of cases, it can do more harm than good. So please do keep that in mind before you just start taking it. It's definitely something that you want to check with your doctor to see if it's okay for you to take. Okay, so a 2009 study published in Fertility and Sterility found that DHEA supplementation in women with DOR and low AMH significantly improved egg quality and increased the number of eggs retrieved during IVF cycles. So this is a study that I read on NIH. Research has shown that DHEA supplementation can increase the number of follicles that develop, leading to a higher egg yield. This is especially beneficial for women with low ovarian reserve or those over 40. So if you are advanced maternal age or have low AMH and DOR, then this is definitely something that you can speak to your doctor about and see if it's right for you. I will link some of the research that I read up on down below in the description if you want to take a look for yourself, so that you can thoroughly do the research before you make the decision to take it or not. It's kind of cold today. It was raining outside and I think it's a weird bipolar weather day where it's like raining and then there's sunshine, raining, sunshine. Just a quick IVF update. My IVF update is that there is no IVF. I have completed 15 egg retrievals now, and I got on a plane, came back to California because I really miss my cats and my husband. And yeah, I just want to take a break. I have 4 embryos that are stored in Korea. And so I'm going to just take a break for about a month or 2, just relax, drink some wine once in a while. I don't think that's bad for me. I actually heard that red wine can be good for fertility. So I'll look into that later. Don't quote me on that. But in any case, I just want to take a break and relax and de-stress, maybe lose a little bit of weight. I think I have a lot of IVF weight right now, so I want to take some of that off and try to be super healthy so that I can recover from all those egg retrievals. So the plan is I go back in a month or 2, I'm going to see how I feel, and then I will get a hysteroscopy, which is supposed to help improve IVF implantation outcomes. A month after that, I will do a medicated transfer cycle. So I will keep you all up to date, and I might be a little bit slow to update because I just need time to process. But in the meantime, I will be updating you with all sorts of other stuff. So let me know what you want to hear from me. Let me know if there's a topic that you'd like me to look into and share with you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to create more videos for you during this break. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of my community. You have no idea how much it means to me. Every comment, every message that I get, I really, really appreciate all of it. And it makes me feel so supported in this crazy journey that's taking too long. But anyway, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it, and please subscribe to my channel, and please share this video with somebody that you feel like it might benefit. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon.